What up, bitches? It's the MisanthropikOne, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant/review. Today, I'd like to talk about this album right here, Pusha T's debut solo album called My Name Is My Name. For those that don't know who Pusha T is, he is an MC from the critically acclaimed rap group called Clips or The Clips. They came out on the scene. They came out actually in the early to mid 90s, but their first album got shelved by, I think it was Elektra Records, if I'm not mistaken. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. And they hooked up with Nerd or the Neptunes, excuse me, Pharrell and Chad Hugo, who were by their side the whole time, and they put out their seminal debut, which was their, I guess you could call it their real debut, Lord Willin', and put out other albums after that, like Hell Hath No Fury, also got critical acclaim. I forgot the other one that came after that. I think it was Till the Casket Drops or something along those lines, but I have all the Clips albums. Clips is a great group. Two MCs, one Pusha T, the other one his brother, Malice. Nowadays he calls himself No Malice, which I don't agree with. I like saying Malice, so I'm still gonna continue to call him Malice. And Pusha T is one half of Clips, and he's also 1/4 of the Re-Up Gang, which is another group, or you could call it a super group, I guess, because it's Clips. So it's Pusha T, Malice, Ab-Liva, and Sandman, I think his name is. Someone correct me on that one too. But the Re-Up Gang, fucking awesome as shit. They need to come out with another album as well. They have one or two, or one in a mixtape, I think. But anyway, fast forward to this album. I will say this, let me jump right into it. One of my favorite fucking albums that came out this year, especially mainstream wise. You know, I was looking forward to this. In fact, it was highly anticipated. It was highly anticipated to be one of the greatest albums of this year. You know, a lot of heads were waiting for this shit, me included, and I'm glad to have purchased it. So let me jump right into this bitch. Let's get into some of the producers on this album. Well, before we do, that's fucking cool. The insert just has him shaded out, contrasting against the all white. That's fucking awesome. I like that. But production on this shit. Kanye was on a bunch of tracks on here, but he also had co-producers, excuse me, that were on this shit. So you got Kanye West, Sebastian, Sartor, Don Cannon, 88 Keys. Shout out to my dude 88 Keys. Swiss Beats. You got Pharrell, who I'm surprised isn't on this bitch more, because, you know, Clips got big off of the Neptune sound. That was part of their formula. Rico Beats, Hudson Mohawk, and Bobby B-Works Yiwa. The Dream, Mano, not Mano the rapper, this is Mano. Who else is on this bitch? Knots, and No ID. Production wise, I love the sounds on this album. Of course, they're gonna be clean. This is a mainstream album, but it still has a dark edge to it that complements Pusha T's style. I'm gonna get into his content in a minute. Let me talk about the features on here. You have Chris Brown, Rick Ross, Ab-Liva, Dream, Jeezy and Kevin Kasem, 2 Chainz and Big Sean, Kendrick Lamar, and Future, and Pharrell himself. Pharrell was on the last track. 12 tracks, and you have features on about 10 of them. And that's something that y'all know that I really can't stand, but these dudes all came through and did their thing on this album. I can't lie about that. They all came through. Even Rick Ross. You know, I know a lot of my subscribers can't stand him. I personally like how he is now as an artist, but I know that a lot of my subscribers aren't really into him like that. Yo, his verse came correct on there. I don't care what anybody says. He did put it down. Kendrick Lamar, wow. Great pick for this album. Let me, you know what? I'll go into that after I speak on the content of the album. Content. Well, there's really not much to say about it, because if you're a fan of Pusha T or Clips or Re-Up Gang, you already know what Pusha T rhymes about. He is a dope boy rapper. He rhymes about cocaine most of the time. And I know some people say that, oh, that shit is so tired and it's repetitive and this and that. But like I say about Raekwon, if you can sit there and make it sound good, and, you know, it's to the point where you have to, like, analyze, sit there and really think about what the fuck he's saying. You could rap about the same shit and I wouldn't give a fuck. It just gotta sound good. You can't be so everyday with your shit, you know what I mean? And Pusha T is one of those dudes that can rap about the drug shit and it not sound boring. I remember somebody I had a conversation with, I think it was via Facebook, said the most profound thing about him. He's one of those dudes that makes that life sound so convincing with his raps, and he does. It's like, holy shit, like I want to be a dope boy now because of the way he's rapping, the way he's painting this picture with his words. And I love the fact that Pusha T actually uses fucking lyrics, uses witty wordplay, and he's not so every fucking day with it. So again, I urge you, if you're one of these dudes that really isn't into that sort of rap, give this shit a shot, man. You will be fucking thoroughly surprised. You know, I'm a big fan of Raekwon, so, you know, that sort of rap I'm sort of used to. So Pusha T, to me, as far as content on this album, that's majority of what you get. I mean, he does veer off. I forget what song it is. He's talking about one of his friends that was locked up or something, and I forget the content of the song, but it was like a deep track, basically talking about either, I'm trying to remember, things that he wanted to say or this dude wanted to say to him, but the dude is locked up and he never got the chance to, or that person never got the chance to say certain things to him. Someone correct me on that, and I forget what track it was, but that was a dope track. My favorite fucking track on this album, next to King Push, which is the first track, is Nostalgia with Kendrick Lamar. Now, Pusha T does his thing, but Kendrick comes on and, oh my God, his verse was just fucking insane. I'm like, how the fuck is this dude gonna come on Pusha T shit and rhyme about the dope shit, the dope boy lifestyle and everything? Because everybody else sort of makes sense, because they're like, you know, every other feature on here, like Ab-Liva rhymes about that, Rick Ross rhymes about that, and the R&B fucking features, you know, they just sing their hook or whatever. But I was like, how the fuck is Kendrick Lamar gonna come on here and try to match up to Pusha T. Not to say that Kendrick Lamar is a subpar lyricist, like he is an insane lyricist. Y'all already know this, but his verse, I mean, y'all need to hear it, but he basically was talking to his father or his grandfather, I forget who he was talking to, and he basically said, he was spitting his verses as if he was going to sell coke or dope or whatever, sell drugs, and at the end of the verse he says, yo, each one of my bars is crack. So that's how I'm gonna be selling dope. And I was like, oh man, that is fucking phenomenal. To make you think like he was rapping about the lifestyle and he's talking about how his fucking bars are dope. Like, all you motherfuckers that were getting at me for that Kendrick Lamar video, I keep telling you about this dude. This dude is a fucking problem. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar and shout out to Pusha T for putting him on this fucking album. All in all, I really fucking enjoyed this album. Needless to say, I'm not gonna go on and fucking ramble all night. I'm just gonna get to my fucking rating. My rating of this shit right here is probably an 8.75 to a 9. There's not really any skippable tracks on here. Like I said, content, some people might get turned off by it. Some people might say it's repetitive, but I urge you just to sit there and listen to what this man is saying. Fucking phenomenal shit. Shout out to my man Pusha T. Production, again, I was even surprised by it. Shout out to Swiss Beats for not getting on the mic. Like I said, when he doesn't get on the mic, he makes decent to good fucking beats. And Pusha T, great fucking album. Probably one of my favorites of this year, 2013. Shout out to Pusha T. Shout out to Clips. Shout out to Re-Up Gang and Pharrell for helping this guy, or Neptunes I should say, for helping this dude progress as an artist. So that's all I gotta say, guys. Y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. Definitely support dope shit. Pardon the pun. And that's it. Peace, bitches.